Greetings and welcome to a brand new Unreal Engine 4 tutorial. Today we're gonna create two security cameras that send their output to a PC monitor or whatever, a screen, and then the player will be able to go up to the screen and press a key to switch between the two streams, and the cameras will be animated using a sequencer. So I've just opened a third-person example map and I called it Security Cam Tutorial. Simple as that. So let's see, you'll probably have it like this. Yeah. So first things first, I'll just grab this and put it down here for now. So click on Content and create a new folder, and we'll call this Security Cam Stuff. And I'll just give this folder a new color by right-clicking and choosing Set Color, just because I like that, because then I see right away what folder has the, the assets I'm using for this project. So inside here we will start by creating a blueprint class actor, and we will call this, let's see, BP underscore security monitor, like that. Just Control S to save and open this. Just grab this tab and put it up here. Now what I'm gonna do, and you can do it as well just for fun, so you can go to UnrealTutorials.com, downloadable content, static mesh, and I'm just gonna use this ugly PC monitor that I created a few years ago. So just simply click download, and here we go. Let's see, where's my download folder? It's here. Okay, so I'm just dragging this FBX right down here. Hello. So just take import all, whatever. There's nothing here that can be broken. You don't have to care about the material or anything. Just like that, and just save it. Then go back into the security monitor and add components, scene. I'm gonna choose a scene and I'm gonna call this scene root, and just drag it onto the default scene root, just to remove that scene root component. You can hide it, but I like to just remove it. So now add component, search for static mesh. Static mesh, I will call this yeah, security monitor mesh. Now in the details panel you will choose on static mesh, you can choose whatever you want, but I'm gonna use my ugly PC monitor like this. Looks a little big perhaps, but that's okay. For the material, yeah, whatever. So now add components and just find a simple plane, and I will call this plane monitor screen, and then just simply align this so it fits within this mesh. Like so, perhaps. I'm gonna have it a little bit like that. So that should be good. Now that's all we're gonna do with this mesh right now. So go back out to the map and right click and go to materials and textures, render target, texture render target 2D. this will be the basis for what will get the stream from the security camera onto itself. So we will call this security cam underscore 1 texture. Now right click and take create material, and we will call this security cam underscore 1 underscore material. Now open up the material and just simply connect this node to the emissive color. This way the screen will emit color, light from itself, so it doesn't have to be externally illuminated. And then just close this. And since we will have 2 screens, we will do this one more time. So right click, materials and textures, and we will call this security cam underscore 2 underscore texture. And again, right click, create material, and call it the same, just switch out texture with material, like so. And again, open up this new material and connect to emissive color like this, and save. Now back out and just save the 2 we haven't saved yet. So now let us create the first camera. So yeah, I don't know, right here, just right click and place actor, camera actor, and we will call this security camera underscore 1, like so. Now let's just place this so it has the view of the world that we want to capture from the security cam. So I'm gonna take it a little bit like this. I think I'm gonna have this area in the focus, in its focus, like so perhaps. Now just place it the way you want it to start. So I want it to have like it's gonna start here and then be animated to here and then go back and forth like this. Back and forth like this. Yes. So like that. That should be good. Now we will create a blueprint from this. So while this is selected, click blueprint, add script, and just click your security cam stuff folder, and this is okay, so just create blueprint. Now inside the camera, add component and just search for scene and choose scene capture component 2D. So this is what we will use to to place the material or texture that we created. So select this component, 2D component, and then on texture target, just click your security cam 1 texture, then compile and save. Let's see. Okay, we can fix that first. So now that that is done, we can go back to our security monitor and click your monitor screen, and then on materials, search for security and choose security cam 1 material. Compile and save. Now let's go out and just place this in the level. Wow, that's a huge screen. Yeah, that's a wide screen. Well, it's not even that wide, but it's a big screen. Yeah, big screen TV. So as you can see, it already has the camera's view in it. So if we play now, we can walk up to it, and you can even see the player is there. So it's live. Hey ma, I'm on TV. Woohoo! Right? So now we want to animate this camera. So click the camera. Well, no. Click cinematics and then add level sequence and just save it in our new folder, and we will call it security cam animations. Yeah, and it places itself there, so I will realign this content browser again right here. So let's see, just make sure you have easy access to that sequence symbol. Okay, now with this up, open, whatever, click camera, and down here on track, click actor to sequencer, add security camera 1 blueprint. So we have already placed this the way we want it to start, the camera. So now we can then go down to, let's see if I can make it a little bit bigger. So go down to transform, rotation, because we're only going to rotate the camera, and open the rotation, and we will animate the Z axis like this. So I'm happy with it right here. Now in the sequencer you can move it like this by right clicking and holding, and if you click control and scroll, you can make it larger or smaller. So I'm gonna make it a little bit larger or smaller, whatever, and then move this end line, whatever it's called, to 200. These are seconds, so it goes this quick. Yeah, it plays that quickly. So again, we are happy with the camera's rotation. So in the Z here on the rotation, click plus, add a new key at the current time, like so. Now drag this timeline bar to 100, and we will just hold and drag the rotation of the camera to the other point we want it. So I'm gonna have it like here, and as you can see, it automatically places a key. Now to make sure, we're gonna loop it so it will go back and forth on its own. So to make sure it goes back to the same place it started, we're gonna copy this first frame. So just click that and right click and copy. It's not always Control-C works, so that's why I do like that. And drag this bar to 200, and then right click and paste rotation Z, like so. Now if we drag this bar, we can see that it works. So if we just try to play it, you can see it works. So now to make this actually play, click this sequencer symbol, and we will go into the blueprint, level blueprint. Here, right click and take event begin play. Now right click and take create a reference to security cam animations. Drag this out and just search play. And then choose looping sequence player, like this. Connect this, and that should be all we need to do. So go back out into the map, play, and then you can see it hijacks the entire game, so you can't really do anything while it's going. That's not what we want. So click the sequencer symbol, and we will go down here and take autoplay, loop. Well, we already made that, but yeah, loop indefinitely. And then the important part is disable camera cuts. Now we're playing the guy, and you can see the security cam monitor is working, so that's cool. So if that's all you want, you're done, but we want a lot more. So now we will set up the next camera. Right click here, place actor, camera actor, and I'm gonna have it like this, and I'm gonna point it a little bit down and turn it around, so I imagine it will be going from here to here and back and forth like this. So I want it to start here. Now rename it to security camera underscore 2. Did I use underscore the last time? Yeah, I did. Okay, so security camera 2, yeah. Then blueprints, add script in our security cam stuff. Create blueprints, and the same as we just did, search for scene, in add component, then choose scene capture component 2D, and with it selected, go down to the text scene capture texture target, and we will choose security cam 2 texture. Compile and save. Now back out here, we can now make sure you have the camera selected, make the sequencer window bigger again, and then click track, actor the sequencer, add security camera to blueprints, and the same way go to transform, rotation, Z again will be manipulated, so place it where you're happy with it. I'm happy here. I'm gonna go back to 0 to start, and I will place a key right there, and then go to 100, and I will manipulate the Z rotation to about here, and we already have an auto created key. Click the first key, right click, copy, and take the timeline bar to the end, and right click, paste, transform rotation Z. Now let's see if it works. Play it. It looks mighty good to me. Yes. So now what will we do now? Both the cameras are done, so we will save our project first of all. Now we will go back to our security monitor. Okay, so right now it's only displaying the first one, but we want the player to go up and be able to switch between them. So add a new component, search for collision, and choose collision box, and we will call this activate cam switching. Yeah, so make this box big enough to contain the player. Like this perhaps. And I'm gonna, under rendering, hidden in game, I'm gonna uncheck that so we can see the collision box just to make sure it works. Now go into the event graph and just delete all of these. Here we have the activate cam switching box. Right click this, add event on component begin overlap, and do it again, but choose on component end overlap. So what the first thing that must happen when the character gets into the box is that we have to enable input. So we write enable input, and when he removes himself from the box, he walks out again, we will disable input. So search for disable input and make sure the player controller is correct. So get player controller, and just connect both of these to that one. Now right click up here and just search for the E key, and we're just gonna test that this actually works now, because there's nothing worse than sitting and following a tutorial and then half an hour after you've been doing, you know, lots and lots and lots of blueprints, and then you test it and it doesn't work, and you don't know where the, you know, where the problem is. So just from pressed, we're just gonna print string, simple as that, and compile and save and go back out just to see if we can actually click. So I'm in, I click E, hello, yes, it works. If I go back out, hello, no, it doesn't work. Inside, it works, yes. All good. So go back to, okay, we're gonna close this. Go back to the security monitor. Now that we know it works, we can delete that. So grab your monitor screen, hit Control and drag it in to get it. Drag out from this and search for set material, because what we're doing now is that we're gonna make sure that we set two different materials on this screen, because this represents the screen. So just Control C, Control V to copy that, so we got two of it. Target will both be this screen, and then in the first one we will search for security, and we will choose security cam 2 material, because the number 1 material is already functioning. And then on the second one we will search for security and take the first material, like that. Now pressed, simply take a flap, and connect one to that one and one to that one. Yes. Just because I like to have it neat, I double click this cable and I just drag it down like that so they don't, you know. Okay, compile and save. This should be it. Let's go out and see. So we come up here, that one works. Woo! Click E and it works. Ain't that a beautiful thing? Look, Ma, I'm on TV. I'm on TV. Woohoo! So there you have it. And this way you can implement how many security cameras you want. You know, just keep adding textures and creating materials, and just add all of them here, and you will just flip right through them when you're the player and clicking it. So that's how you do it. Well, that's one way to do it. So hope that was helpful, and have a great day.